In this video, I'll be explaining how to use the function HLOOKUP for Excel. And basically what HLOOKUP does is it allows you to look up and retrieve value or data from a cell in your chart and use it in another cell. And we have a chart full of information of different cities and states and zip codes in the state of Georgia. Now we'll be focused on just zip code 30321. So I'm going to type that into cell B3, 321. Hit enter and it puts it in for you. For B4, we'll be using the HLOOKUP function to find the primary city associated with whatever zip code we type into B3. And for that, because it's a function, you type in equals first, and you start typing in HLOOKUP, and Excel knows the function, so it pulls it up for you, so all you have to do is double click. And you need different information for your formula. The first piece is a lookup value, and that's just the information you need from the first row in your chart. And our first row is going to be the zip codes, and we need 30321. So I'm going to click on that, and it'll bring up the cell W10, which represents the zip code we need. And so comma, we move on to table array. And table array has to be the entire chart that you'll be using for your information and your data. So I'm just going to highlight that and stretch it out and make sure I get the entire chart in there. So extend it. Make sure I get all the information that's in the chart. That way Excel knows what we're using. And that's represented by C10 colon DD21. And that's the entire chart of data. So I'm going to put a comma. Row index number is the row number you need from your data chart. And we're looking for a primary city. And that is the 12th row of the worksheet. But for our data and the chart, it is only the 3rd row. So we're going to type in the number 3. The range lookup is either true or false. And we want to make sure we get an exact match. So I double click on false. Close parentheses, hit enter. And that shows you that the city associated with the zip code we put in is Atlanta. We're going to do something similar for the county associated with the zip code. And we're going to use HLOOKUP function again. And once you start typing it in, Excel pops it up again for you, so just double click. The lookup value this time is for the cell B3 because we're looking up the county for the zip code. So I'm just going to click on B3 for that. And then comma, and the table array is the same. This time I'll just type it in, C10 colon DD21. And just to make sure, you scroll and make sure it has every cell in the chart, comma. And row index number this time will be for county. And again, that's the 15th row in the worksheet, but only the 6th in the data chart. So we use the number 6. And we want false for an exact match. So you put close parentheses after the false, hit enter, and that shows you that Fulton County is the county for that zip code. For the function COUNTIF, we'll be using it in B6 just to see how many times the city of East Point appears in our chart. And for that, it's a function, so you type in equals, you start typing in COUNTIF, and it'll bring it up for you. The first thing it needs to know is the range, and that is your same as your table array. So you put in C10 colon D20 DD21, and make sure you have every value in that chart. And then you put a comma, and the criteria you're looking for is you want it to count if East Point appears. So make sure you put quotations so Excel knows it's looking for the words, and type it in exactly as it appears. So capital E, capital P, and a space. Close quotation, close parentheses, hit enter. And the county of East Point appears 2 times in the data chart, the city of East Point. And for B7, we'll be using something very similar, the same function. So you start typing in equals count if, open parentheses. And this time you're looking for the number of times the county in your cell B5 will appear. And that will change depending on the zip code and the county that is entered in the information. Your range will be the same, C10 colon DD21. and just make sure again that your entire chart is included in the data. And so you hit a comma, and the criteria this time is if the cell B5 appears. And so you can just click or type B5, and it'll put it in for you, and close parentheses, hit enter. And that shows you that the county of Fulton County appears 92 times in our chart. And just to see if this is correct for every zip code or any other zip code, we can change it around and change 30321 into the zip code 30320. And that shows you that the county is now Clayton County instead of Fulton, and that Clayton County appears just one time throughout the data chart. David Cheverino, economics major.